You've been doing it all along. Every thought you've ever had, every emotion you've felt, every breath you've taken, it hasn't just been happening inside of you. It's been rippling outward, shaping the field around you. The truth is, most people don't realize that they're already manipulating energy. They're just doing it unconsciously, scattered, unfocused, and unaware. And when you're unaware, the results feel random, chaotic, and unpredictable. But the moment you become aware, the moment you realize that what you call the external world is nothing more than a mirror reflecting the vibrations you broadcast, everything begins to shift in ways that almost feel supernatural. Here's the truth most people miss. You are not separate from the energy you're trying to influence. You are submerged in it. You are an extension of the very field you're trying to shape. This field is always listening, not to your words, not to your effort, but to your state of being. This is the subconscious connection, the invisible current that runs beneath everything you think, say, and do. Think back for a moment. Remember the last time something happened in your life that felt like pure coincidence, a perfectly timed encounter, an opportunity appearing out of nowhere, or that eerie sense of just knowing what was about to happen. Those weren't accidents. They were quantum events, ripples in the field responding to the frequencies you were already emitting, whether you realized it or not. But here's the fascinating part. It's not your conscious mind doing the heavy lifting. It's your subconscious. Your subconscious doesn't respond to what you say you want. It responds to what you deeply believe, what you consistently feel, and what you habitually expect. That's why affirmations without emotion fall flat. That's why visualizations collapse when they're built on a foundation of doubt. The subconscious is the back door to the field, and until you unlock it, you're just decorating the front porch. Quantum events are not magic tricks. They are natural consequences of the interactions between your inner world and the quantum fabric of reality. Your thoughts send out signals, your emotions magnetize those signals, and your subconscious alignment determines the clarity of the transmission. Together, they either create interference, noise that cancels itself out, or coherence, a clean and powerful instruction to the field. The question has never been whether you are manipulating energy. The question is, how well are you doing it? Take a look at your life right now. The circumstances you live in, the relationships you attract, the opportunities that either appear or remain absent, they are all perfect reflections of the signals you've been broadcasting up until this moment. That's not judgment, that's physics. And once you understand that, you stop blaming chance. You stop thinking you're a victim of fate. You realize you've been shaping your reality all along, just without the manual. And yet this is where most people freeze. They think this awareness means they must micromanage every thought, every feeling, every action. But that's exhausting, and more importantly, that's not how the field works. The key is not to control every single wave of your mind. The key is to create a dominant signal so strong, so consistent, that the occasional doubt or negative thought doesn't matter. You don't have to become perfect. You simply have to become the lighthouse instead of the flickering candle. And here's the deeper truth. When your subconscious alignment matches your conscious intention, the field responds with precision. That's when synchronicities multiply, opportunities accelerate, and events unfold that defy logic. It's not about working harder. It's about transmitting cleaner. But here, the problem, most people live in contradiction. They say they want abundance, but they radiate lack. They crave love, but they broadcast fear. They visualize success while embodying unworthiness. And the field doesn't listen to words. It listens to vibration. That's why the subconscious connection is everything. So imagine for a moment, what would become possible for you if you could consciously influence this process? What if you could amplify the signal you're already sending, remove the static, and synchronize your inner world with the quantum field? What if the life you've been chasing step by step wasn't something to build at all, but something to tune into? Like a frequency that's been waiting for you to dial it in. The truth is, you've already been shaping your reality without effort. You've already been sending signals that influence the field. The only question is, what happens when you bring full awareness into the process? This is where coherence comes in. Most people walk around in energetic noise. Their mind says one thing, their heart feels another, and their body does something entirely different. That's interference, a tangled mess of frequencies that cancel each other out. When the field receives mixed signals, it doesn't know how to respond. It's like trying to tune into a radio station while blasting static through the speakers. But coherence changes everything. When your brain waves, heart rhythms, and nervous system enter alignment, you become a tuning fork for the reality you desire. Your thoughts stop contradicting your emotions. Your desires stop fighting your beliefs. Your body stops acting like the enemy of your mind. And suddenly, the signal you send is no longer a whisper. It's a command. Science backs this up. The human heart produces an electromagnetic field far stronger than the brain. And this field doesn't stay locked in your chest. It radiates outward, influencing people, events, and environments. When coherent heart energy is combined with clear intention from the brain, you create a broadcast signal that interacts with the quantum field in an organized, powerful way. And here's the best part. You don't need perfection. You don't need to eliminate every doubt or suppress every negative thought. Coherence is not perfection, it's dominance. It's about creating such a strong baseline of alignment that the occasional wave of chaos doesn't knock you off course. So how do you practice coherence? You start with awareness. Notice when your body tenses, when your mind races, when your breath becomes shallow. Then bring yourself back, slow the breath, calm the heart, drop into the present. From there, set a clear intention. Picture the outcome you desire. Feel it as though it's already real. Let your body memorize that state. Over time, this becomes second nature. You stop chasing reality and begin magnetizing it. And yet, there's still a deeper layer. Coherence opens the door, but probability determines what walks through it. Quantum physics teaches us that reality exists as a soup of probabilities until one outcome collapses into form. What collapses the wave? The observer, not the passive observer, but the active observer whose expectation, focus, and belief weave potential into reality. And this is where many people get stuck. They say the affirmations, visualize the dream, repeat the rituals, but beneath it all they carry scripts of fear and doubt. They expect rejection, lack, or failure, and the field obliges, not as punishment, but because it always responds to the dominant signal. Expectation cannot be faked. You can't chant "I'm wealthy" while secretly fearing your bills and expect the field to respond. The field listens to vibration, not words. The real work is loosening the grip of limitation, softening resistance, and training your nervous system to embody new assumptions. This doesn't happen overnight. It happens in small, consistent shifts, catching yourself expecting the worst and daring, even for a moment, to imagine the best. Rehearsing success in your body, not just in your mind. With each shift, probabilities tilt in your favor, doors open, synchronicities multiply. But here's the paradox at the heart of it all. The key isn't control, it's surrender. Most of us are trained to hustle, push, and grind for the outcomes we want. But the quantum field doesn't respond to force. It responds to alignment. And alignment often feels like surrender. True surrender isn't resignation. It's not giving up. It's releasing the need to micromanage how your desires unfold. It's holding the frequency of your outcome while trusting the intelligence of the field to organize the details. Think of it like planting a seed. You don't pull it out every day to check if it's growing. You water it, you nurture it, and you trust the process. When you surrender, you stop sending mixed signals. You stop saying, "I trust," while secretly clinging in fear. You stop pretending to let go while energetically gripping tight. Real surrender feels open, light, expansive. Resignation feels heavy and closed. One invites possibility, the other shuts the door. This is the art of surrendered influence. When you stop chasing, you start drawing. When you stop forcing, you start embodying. And when you embody the signal, the field responds, not as a reward, but as a reflection. Living this way transforms you into the quantum event itself. You stop trying to manifest and you begin to radiate. You stop asking for proof, and you realize that belief itself is the proof. Identity becomes the engine. Vibration becomes the invitation. And here's the beauty of it. You don't have to be flawless. You'll still feel doubt, fear, frustration, but they won't dominate anymore. They'll pass through without defining you. You'll become like a lighthouse in the storm, steady, unshaken, radiating your signal regardless of the waves. And when you live as that signal, people feel it. Opportunities align. Synchronicities stack. Life stops resisting and starts listening. And you remember something profound. You've always been this. You just forgot. You forgot that your subconscious isn't just storage, but a broadcast tower. You forgot that coherence is the switch that turns on your reality. You forgot that letting go isn't giving up. It's stepping aside so the field can do its work. But now you remember, and that changes everything. So here's the final question. Will you choose to live as the signal? Will you stop pretending you're separate from the current that's always been flowing through you? Because when you do, the quantum responds. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now.